internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward.
Take on it.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world. XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over Swift one day?
Well,
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours Crypto. Let's get right into today's video. We are going to get into USA Coin. Is Coinbase still holding it? We'll get to that in a moment. But first, we got to do a jaw dropper. Right off the bat, I'm going to play a short little clip, but I'll play the longer version throughout the episode. But listen to what Gary says here, and then I'll break it down.
Is small, but wants to get big and gain market power. So they're also always thinking about how to ensure that there's a check to slow down your startup from gaining market power 5, 10, and 15 years from now. They don't want you to be the next clearinghouse like the Chicago Mercantile Exchange or Intercontinental Exchange. They don't want you to be the next central node of market power.
You see how he's talking about on behalf of the banks. You know, they don't want these infrastructures to come in to be the next clearinghouse or to have market power. But guess what? In 2024, you and I could both agree that they have failed. And now we are on the cusp and on the verge of trillions flood into this system. Sit back, because in today's episode, you're going to see exactly how Ripple was pretty much targeted so they could slow down. And if you disagree with that, just get off this channel, honestly. I mean, if you don't see this, I truly feel sad for you. Just take a listen to what Joe Lupin said about Ripple back in 2018, and then listen to what Brad Garlinghouse said about Ethereum. There is a lot going on behind the scenes that the public is not going to see.
Speaking of, Ripple, overvalued or undervalued?
Oh, I don't want to say anything mean about them.
You don't have to.
Massively overvalued.
Okay.
The Ethereum developer community called Consensus in Brooklyn. Overrated or underrated?
Well, some of you were, Joe Lubin was here yesterday and said Ripple's way overrated. So I guess, look, back to the Holy Wars, I want them to be successful. I don't compete with them. Like, they're working on, they have experiments, and I mean experiments going on in lots of verticals.
Are they overrated?
No, I'm excited for them. They're underrated.
Okay, very different.
Can you, that is disgusting. Oh man, when the price, I'm telling you, we may sound like broken records right now, but when the price goes to 10, 20, 30, oh my goodness, you guys have no idea what kind of content is going to be filmed. Let's continue, and let me cover this brief little Coinbase is still holding USA Coin. You guys know USA Coin, all the meme coins have taken a significant downturn, obviously. Coinbase is still indeed holding their American coin. I actually bought American coin a day ago, not financial advice. Any meme coin investments, I expect to lose it all. But this whole market is down. Solana is bleeding really bad. And of course, these meme coins are gonna bleed. But this is where a lot of people get shaken out. And again, none of this is financial advice, but when Solana goes to 150, 200, 250, these things are all gonna go up, but it might get even more hectic. So with that being said, there is currently one meme coin that I have been keeping an eye on that has been released 4 days ago. I personally only put $70 into this. And if you guys are interested in this coin, the link is in the description down below. Let's continue on to the video. And so that is the Whale Watcher report. It has been updated with the most recent one. And do not go in there with thousands of dollars. Do not. Okay, none of this is financial advice, but I said I'm only putting in $70 as of right now because, again, I'm monitoring this. It's very early. And as soon as this thing even 5x's or 10x's, I'm out of here. It's a quick flip and then rinse and repeat. So with that being said, let's continue on to the full video to what Gary Gensler says here. And this is really bad.
Lawyers, how do you get the banks to actually say, I want to get rid of First Union and I want the blockchain and money final project teams, you know. And by the way, just replacing one central monopolist with another central monopolist, a lot of commercial banks aren't terribly excited about that. Maybe you're going to have to give some ownership. Maybe you'll have to give 50% of your ownership to the 20 banks that are now, you know, part of this. I mean, there are other ways to build incentive systems. Maybe you put a native token in there, and you give you know, them the native token. You know, so there may be other incentive ways to beat the current monopolist. And you know, but I, having been around commercial banks for a long time, they really are looking for ways to replace their aggregators in their back office, whether it's clearing, settlement, exchanges, credit agencies. But they are deeply understanding, because they are pretty ambitious and very good at making money as well. They deeply understand that every idea that's pitched to them is somebody who currently is small but wants to get big and gain market power. So they're also always thinking about how to ensure that there's a check to slow down your startup from gaining market power 5, 10, and 15 years from now. They don't want you to be the next clearinghouse like the Chicago Mercantile Exchange or Intercontinental Exchange. They don't want you to be the next central node of market power. So you might share some of that with them, or you might find an incentive system.
Maybe give them native tokens. I mean, remember, the XRP that's locked up in escrow and all the non-disclosure agreements that they have with financial institutions and governments around the world, we only know a little bit about what's happening with this whole XRP that's locked up. And then remember, there's XRP that's missing too. There isn't enough XRP. And if banks are already pre-allocated, you know, portions of this XRP, then this is going to be insane for XRP holders. That's all I got to say. And for him to sit there and say, this is crazy, you know, either give ownership to the banks or give them some native tokens, or they will stall your startup 5 to 10 or even 15 years. Gary, what was that?
So they're also always thinking about how to ensure that there's a check to slow down your startup from gaining.
I mean, this just makes perfect sense, doesn't it? And for the ones that saw it back then, congratulations. I mean, nothing's been done yet, but you guys are very educated and understand what's happening behind the scenes. And I want to say this one more time. Leading into 2025, higher lows. A lot of people are going to get priced out. Not enough XRP. Just wait. I'm not going to feel bad at all. I genuinely, for the individuals that are scared to get into crypto, either you do your due diligence or you get burnt. And there is anywhere in my heart for any kind of sympathy for anybody that's going to miss out on this opportunity whatsoever, because it was in front of your face this whole freaking time.
With the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening.
Flip the switch.
I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.